demands are simple. Just stop oil.
Is it worth more than food? Worth more than justice? Are you more concerned about the protection of a painting or the protection of our planet and people?
Menschen hungern, Menschen frieren, Menschen sterben. Wir sind in einer Klimakatastrophe. Und alles, wovor ihr Angst habt, sind Tomatensuppe oder Kartoffelbrei in einem Gemälde.
I'm Gianluca Grimalda. I'm a researcher in social psychology at the Research Institute in Germany, and I'm here in the Porsche pavilion in the Autostadt of Wolfsburg to denounce the responsibility of Volkswagen in the climate emergency that we are facing.
The third thing you've got to do is break the law. There is absolutely no point trying to do something on climate change if millions or thousands of people aren't breaking the law. What breaking the law does is create a dilemma for the opposition. They can either let you get away with it, in which case you've won, or they can repress you, like use violence or arrest you, in which case you've won as well because you produce lots of publicity.
This is Dan Dicks here reporting for Press for Truth, and I'm sorry not sorry, my friends, but I'm afraid I'm going to have to call this for what it is. Today's climate change activists are actually religious cult followers who have been completely brainwashed. And they even have a leader who is actually just a deranged, angry young child.
How dare you!
They hold the strong belief that the individual should be subservient to the whole. They blame the government for so-called man-made climate change while demanding that the government does something about it. They like acting tough while maintaining this illusion that they're somehow saving the earth. Yeah, because nothing says saving the earth like gluing yourself to the road, then throwing the chemicals in plastic container down a drain to contaminate the water supply. Yeah, that'll show them. And speaking of idiots, get a load of these guys who glued themselves to a Volkswagen showroom floor, but they weren't prepared for this. When it was time to close, the staff left them inside for the night without any lighting or heating or food or access to a bathroom. Eco-protesters glue themselves to the Volkswagen showroom floor until they need the bathroom. They refused our request to provide us with a bowl to urinate and defecate in a decent manner while we were glued and have turned off the heating, says one protester. Did they seriously think that people should have sympathy for them while they're playing dirty and acting tough? Well, let's see what they have to say anyways, so that we can thoroughly debunk it.
What is worth more? Art or life?
Art or life? Choosing art over starvation is a false dichotomy. That's just simply not a choice anyone is ever going to have to make.
Wisst ihr, wovor ich Angst habe? Davor, dass die Wissenschaft sagt, dass wir 2050 unsere Familien nicht werden ernähren können.
Yeah, about that, let's see what the science has to say. You cannot challenge what we said today, the science. You cannot hold us accountable for what we said yesterday because the science changed, also science.
Auch das Kartoffelbrei auf einem Gemälde, damit ihr zuhört.
What they're saying here is do what we say or else. Or else something precious to you might get destroyed. It could be your art, it could be your car. They might block you in traffic. They feel like heroes while acting like bullyish thugs, which begs the question, if they feel justified in what they're doing today, what else are they capable of? I mean, if man-made climate change is their issue, then we are the problem and therefore we must be stopped. But the problem is, man-made climate change is an absolute myth that was designed to bring about an eventual one world global government, because as they will tell you, global problems require global solutions. The real problem that they and all of us are facing has to do with the banksters who are charging interest on loans on money that is literally printed out of thin air. The world isn't starving because there isn't enough food. In fact, it's quite the opposite. We are now producing more food than we ever have, and there's plenty to go around. And it certainly has nothing to do with the Earth's oil supply or so-called overpopulation, which is also a myth. But no, the world is starving because of their system of fiat lending, where they lend to nations who then owe them interest on these loans on money that, once again, was printed out of thin air. So if you want to make the world a better place, maybe start by protesting the Federal Reserve. Start hacking at the root of the problem, which is fiat lending from these international banksters. And start taking responsibility for your own actions, rather than threatening others or demanding that the government do something about the problems that were created by the government.
How dare you?
So that's all for today, my friends. If you appreciate my efforts to bring you this information, I'd ask that you take a moment to check me out at pressfortruth.ca/donate. Here you can make a one-time donation with PayPal. You can do Bitcoin or other cryptocurrencies. You can join me on Subscribestar, which is a great Patreon alternative since I have been kicked off of Patreon. You can also send an e-transfer to dan@pressfortruth.ca, or you can send stuff to my P.O. box, guys. Links for all of that is located in the description below. Thank you so much to anybody who does take the time and effort today to support me financially at pressfortruth.ca/donate. And that's all for today, guys. Once again, click that thumbs up button, share this video with your friends and family who you think need to see it the most. And stay tuned, we're gonna have more video reports coming soon. This is Dan Dicks reporting for Press for Truth. We all want truth. The truth will set you free.